Awesome. And we got a new person. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining. He's not joined yet. Okay, so last week, the #1 trade for me
You want to share
goes to GU. Yes, goes to GU. Here's the screen. I don't know what I'm doing today. I've been dealing with back pain, so that might be why I'm also getting break today. Okay, here's GU, right? Everybody sees, I've been saying this last week on Furious Monday. I said we had enough liquidity taken out to the downside. Now it is time to take this retracement up, because it's gonna be retracing for a while the XY is retracing to the downside, because in order to push the market down, which is overall my bias is still gonna go lower, we need to take some liquidity from the top. We don't have any, so we need to build. But anyway, if you just take this from here to here, we need to at least get to 50% before selling again. And I told everyone that I'm going to be bullish for the week overall on GU. And guess what happened last week? After a giant manipulation to the downside crash in London, we started coming up, right? And we've been coming up all the way since. So the trade, you could have caught several trades, but the cleanest trade was on Wednesday on GU. So here, taking a trade here is kind of a gamble, because you don't have any kind of confirmation that it's not just gonna keep going down, right? Except for this demand, but that's predicting the top without the order flow shift. However, if you just, took this general area, you could get in here. But that's, like I said, that's a little gambly, a little going to like 30 seconds to try to get an entry. It's up to you. But this, on the other hand, was beauty. So here's what happened. On Tuesday, we came to this demand. We had the little bounce. We came to the exchange point. You guys can see the exchange point. So market took out some liquidity, broke the high. What do people do? Retail shops here with stop loss underneath. Smart money people try to get into this order block over here and get screwed. However, even though they get screwed, this is not mitigated yet. So what does the market do? Come to mitigate, right? To this place. But isn't it in balance? Yes, it is, but that has nothing to do with the unmitigated orders. So come here, we have a bounce, favorite model, liquidity inducement, but still a bounce, right? Liquidity inducement takeout, and then we come down, but we get stopped by this demand. So how do I know that this is going to hold? I don't.
You don't have an extra pair of baseball pants here?
Oh, somebody is not on mute.
They're not Leah.
Aaron, man, you aren't on mute. Put you on mute. So here, with inducement, and we finally get in, have a shift, come down. This is the local demand, which we took out the inducement here and did something. So you could just identify an order block that's unmitigated in the extreme. You guys can see last candle that got engulfed with imbalance. Awesome. You could just mark this out and say, it is what it is. Or you can do the trading thing, gambling thing. That works out perfectly, right? Right over here. Or you can switch, since this is a 15-minute POI, you can switch to 1 minute. All right, switch to 1 minute. Can't see shit. And follow the order flow. Everything's already marked up because I just did it right now. So we got the high, the low, the higher high, kind of. this doesn't hold, and we end up making a lower low from this high to this low, from this high to this low. And then what happens? We fail to break this, or sorry, we move into here. If you consider this was the last high that made the low, we fail to make a lower low here and then break this high. I'm gonna clean it up, you guys, so you can see. Hang on. So there's two ways, right? If you consider this is the high that broke this and made the low, okay, or this, we need to make sure. So then someone's coming in, right? Then this high fails to make the low, and then we break the high that did make this low, right? We broke the high that created the lower low, and this high fails to make a lower low and break this low. And finally, this breaks that low, which was the one that led to lower low, right? So what do we need to find? What led to the break of this high? This order block, easy entry with stop loss here. That's the safest entry. Or you can be a little more aggressive. Just follow the magic white ball. Okay. I don't know who this is. iPhone, sir, whoever you are, change your name so we can see your name. Not, I don't like looking at iPhone. iPhone doesn't mean anything to me. So if you can change your name to something more meaningful, it would be great. I don't care what it is. All right. So yeah, so more offensive is like this: high, low, lower high, lower low. Bounce off supply, failed to break this low, and finally break this high. Right? From where? From here. Or you can say that this was the high. Doesn't matter how you see it. Let's say this was the high that made the low. We get the break over here. From where? From this order block. Oh, holy shit. There's an entry. There's an entry. And like I said, this is the safest entry. When this high gets broken, here's your entry. So you had several opportunities. Right? What happens after is that we explode after this reaccumulation. We explode after this reaccumulation, do this, and finally break structure that formed Monday, and we keep going. But it's a choppy, you know, here's another entry right there. The next day on Thursday, right? Break the high, just simply follow the order flow. Boom. There is an inducement and then a takeout. So you need to understand that your low, I mean, you could get hurt here, or you could put your stop loss, you know, here. Don't be greedy, and keep going like this. So that trade was there as well. There's a bunch of crap here. Again, you could have entered here as well on a Friday, but it's too late for me, so I didn't enter this. Now we are building this liquidity here, of course, and we are in this range. So there's nothing to do except for wait. Personally, I would like for GU to come down all the way. So if I look in on 4 hour, Jesus. Honestly, I really would like for it to come all the way over here. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but like all the way over here would be awesome, because then we can take out all of this. I highly doubt that's gonna happen, so we'll see. All I want is the range to be broken and then monitor it. So on 15 minutes, with everything that's been going on, I really like, again, I
Your
don't
screen,
really like
you're not sharing.
this.
You're not sharing your screen.
What do you mean I'm not sharing my screen? Am I not sharing my screen, guys?
I can see it just fine.
I can see it, yeah.
Conley, man. What's wrong?
Sorry.
Okay, well, I was worried. Maybe your connection or something. Anywho, so if this gets taken out, I think all of this will fall, and I would really like to get in over here. When all of this gets taken out. That's what I really want. Because like I said, this was the accumulation on 1 minute and change of order flow, and then we never came back to do anything and started sucking in the buyers, sucking in buyers. And you see that now we're building the highs here. So maybe, I don't know what's going to happen, but maybe we can get the push up, right? Push up, taking out this little local high here, and 8 hours. Local high there, and maybe coming into right above it here. As the first, you know, if you go to 15 minutes, you'll see what I mean. Oh, no, 15 minutes. Yeah, so maybe we can get a push there, then a 1 minute or 5 minute reversal and come here and then keep going up. So it's very hard to tell because today obviously is the day with almost no volume in the market. There's nothing interesting, and you could play and still get a 1 to 5, 1 to 10 on 1 minute, but you know, I don't have the need to trade every single day with shitty setups. I would rather get one banger and get it, and maybe turn it into a swing. Again, obsession, which is healthy, is great, but if you just need to trade because you can't contain yourself, you don't have discipline, that's your thing. I always advocate for safe trading and protecting your equity rather than trying to gamble and win every single day, every single trade, and all that stuff. That's non-realistic and stressful. I like to keep it stress-free. So right now we're in the range, nothing to do but wait to see what it does. And again, in order for us to move higher in our retracement, lows need to be taken. If lows are not taken, and we have something of this sort where it just goes up from place, I almost guarantee you that's a trap, meaning that's a manipulation. There was a question on Friday from one of the Trader Joe's in our stream about why are we trying to sell GU? And my answer was it was a quick intraday. So here's what happened on Friday. You guys see this move just up, right? How the hell are we moving up like crazy without taking liquidity downside? So that should right away be like, oh, I think that's manipulation because they had to put up their own money to move this up. So once that's taken, here's the trade. Very simple. Right into the order block after the break of manipulation structure, right into extreme. Boom, easy. At 15 minutes, I don't have to go to 1 minute. 1 minute, there was also a liquidity takeout. So very easy trade that was over when we got to here, because we are doing counter trend just because it fits the strategy, it fits everything, and it's a good move. 1 to 10, 1 to 15, depending on your stop loss. Right now, I wanted to talk about this today because I got asked by multiple people to cover the liquidity that, not liquidity, the extreme that does not have liquidity prior to it, becomes liquidity inducement. So this is what happened on Friday, just like GU, but let me go to, so on Friday, I wanted gold to come to this highest area, to this extreme, right, to the quasi-model level. It never happened. What happened instead was we started doing this accumulating sell orders for some reason. So I was like, okay, well, there is some kind of supply there, obviously. So let me look out 1 minute and watch it. So then I saw this and I saw what happened here. And we're creating a range and we're taking out. That's your accumulation, that's your manipulation, that's your distribution. So somebody is like, well, why does this not work out? And I covered it a little bit last time, and I said, look, if there is no liquidity anywhere in here, maybe there's some here, but there's no liquidity, it just straight up goes down. If it does not create liquidity here, where is it going to take the liquidity to move down? It's here. That's the liquidity. It becomes liquidity if there is no liquidity. So then you can ask, well, how the hell can I enter? Well, one way is to go on a higher time frame and see the level of takeout Quasimodo. But if you're in 1 minute, you can see the last level of liquidity was over here. So you can try this trade. And I'm telling you that this here is barely anything for gold. It's like, I don't know, eight points on gold. That's a very small stop loss to go all the way here to this level. That's like 1 to 29 or 1 to 30 something. It's crazy, right? So I would always try this, especially after the liquidities got taken out, which is where everybody was putting the stop losses. So
And if you're patient, wait for order flow shift.
yeah, which I'm coming to next for sure.
Because
just 1 to 15.
an entry at 6:30 a.m. is perfect.
Yeah. So here's what happens when we're not sure to put. See, one thing, if you're going to work, you can just put the sell limit here, stop loss there, not here. Then you might win, you might lose, right? It could go up. Who knows? But if you're actively trading gold, what are you doing again? What is going on here? Liquidity that gets swept again, taking this out into supply. What are we waiting for afterwards? We need to take this out. Here, it's taken out. Where does it come back to?
Order block.
You guys see it? Like it's right there and right in front of you. Swap the liquidity, take out the thing that with the order block that did the sweeping, the break of manipulation structure, and then come back right into this order block. Boom. Now you got higher time frame doing this, AMD, smaller time frame doing AMD. Everything's lined up. Well, but higher time frame is supposed to be bullish. Sure, but it's Friday and it's showing you what it's doing. Like, yes, I wanted it to come higher. Yes, I wanted to be in a buy, but market doesn't always do what I want to, unfortunately. I really try to ask God for doing that, but it's not happening. So then, of course, this I just did a research yesterday because just felt like it. 0.01 still was freaking crazy. It's like 20 bucks on 0.01. You know, I wasn't sure if it's gonna come lower or not, but I saw this liquidity and when I got to the market, I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna do this little order block and see if it works. And it did. So that was the trade on gold, and I hope you understand the concept with the liquidity on extreme. Like here's the same thing. I don't like necessarily this. I don't want to put my order in here. The reason I don't is because there's no liquidity here. So where is it going to be? Well, if people are doing support resistance, right where my top of the box is, support, 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 resistance, break, boom, they're buying right now. They're buying right now. Where is their stop loss? Oh, it's got to be here at least. So I don't want to, I want to do this. I might want to do this here, but again, the time is wrong. I don't like it when the time is not what I trade. I'm gonna put a trade. But right now, we got this shift. Everything got taken out here. Bounce, break of structure. We still haven't reached the supply. So I like this one. It's not like plus it's you know, 1850 right here level. And depending how, you know, big the stop loss, but this is a good trade in my opinion. After taking out this little thing, it might not hold though, but it's worth a try because of risk and reward to go like this. It's 1 to 20, you know. And it's going to take out this liquidity. We'll see. We'll see. You know, if you want to be too sure, like go to 30 seconds here. If you have 30 seconds, or go to 1 minute if you don't, and see the shift. Once you see the shift, just like it was here, or an order flow shift, then yeah, order flow shift like on GU that we just showed as the first trade, or AMD, or some kind of change happens in here, perfect. If it doesn't, don't get in. Or you can just say, fuck it, and just put a buy limit and hope. Doesn't matter. It's your trading style, you know. But that's let's go to higher time frame. I want to hide everything for a second. You know, we have created equal lows. We haven't really taken out any liquidity. So once again, this can fail and keep going all the way over here somewhere. Maybe even come below this alert that I have. Could stop here, but ultimately I wanted to take these out. If you look higher time frame, I want this liquidity to be out into the supply that led to break of all kinds of structures, because there's going to be a shit ton of people, especially if it bounces somewhere here, putting their stop losses above this wick and above this wick. So it comes here, shifts, and drops lower. So we're in the middle again of everything. There's a ton of liquidity to the downside, ton of liquidity to the top side. Gotta chill and wait. If that doesn't work out, I wouldn't hold my breath for anything here, and it'll just keep going. And again, you could see what happened here is we took out the low, the equal lows. Then we created equal highs, and then reversed and broke this low. So again, the time is stupid. I don't see us, you know, like this is just the same thing. So I wouldn't be putting limits here. I would rather put a limit right above it. If it decides to come down or come up, take this out, come down lower. If you can get in a sell, especially if it breaks these lows. So if it breaks these lows, you'll look at what led to the break of these lows, get into there or into here, and go into a sell as opposed to a buy that I'm offering here. Right now, this is perfect setup. Just the time is wrong, and I don't like when the time is wrong. So it could easily bounce here and come higher. It's just the time I'm skeptical. Okay, but overall, just like on GU, I'd like for this to retrace to the proper level before dropping further. All right, any questions, concerns, comments?
Be looking for a lot of manipulation because we're coming into the time of the year again where the volume is just sucked out of the market. So, and then over the next 6 weeks, it'll be a little lower than normal.
Hey,
So, a lot of choppy.
AU was interesting last week again, because it was just all over the place last week. I was like, I am done with this for that week because, I mean, nothing was clean. This was kind of clean, but it was in Asia, so it was dangerous to take. It was just chopping all over the place, and it just went up. So I didn't see any good trades on AU, to be honest. Is there anyone trying? Yeah, okay, this guy, Mr. King, joining us. So what I think on AU, I think it's got an obvious target right now, right there, because everybody will be trying to freaking sell this. So I don't like it at all. So I think we're just gonna keep going up. You know, we broke this damn trend line and didn't come back to it, so who knows? It's just choppy. But I wouldn't be trying to sell AU at this point. I'm gonna be looking for a rebuy. And a rebuy would be nice if we can take this out and come into here somewhere. Again, this this I don't like, so I try to buy it maybe from here or even better from over here. Making this a trap, but maybe if we get a reversal in somewhere in this area, we can get there. So market taken out, there's liquidity coming into here. It's just, I always question, okay, where institutions putting stop losses, where all the stop losses, like retail is easy because, you know, they do something like this. Oh yeah, especially if they bounce it here, let's put stop loss underneath. But I feel like this is a much smart money trap is over here, because everybody sees this. Oh, it went from here and broke structure, so everybody assumes that's just your order block. But again, once that liquidity is cleared, especially if the bounces doesn't reach here, where's liquidity? It's underneath here, and this is exactly where the last unmitigated spot and demand is. So I really, plus the risk and reward is way better. So again, this is far from where the price is now, but this is long term. What I want, if I want to buy into AU, that's where I would have my buy. It's a much better risk to reward. Trying to buy it right now is suicide. It's just doing this. Right, break and retest. Yeah, I don't see many people selling it here unless you're chaotic, and just, I don't know why I would sell it. So they're sucking in more buyers before the reversal. Remember, true structure is not formed until liquidity is taken out. So liquidity first, then structure. Don't be a sucker and be like, well, I was taught lower lows, higher. There is no lower low, higher highs, higher lows here. This is retail just buying. Hey, everybody buy AU. Let's go. Let's get on the train. Why the fuck would you buy all the way at the top? Like, no, buy low, sell high. So, but then you have sellers that are saying, oh, it's gonna turn around because look, it's gonna turn around. Predicting the sell is stupid as well. So position yourself to play smart. Like if I'm playing this for a sell, I wouldn't do it until it either takes out this liquidity or creates a double top of some kind and does the reversal at the double top. A reversal meaning like a distribution here. And then it might not last after taking out liquidity, keep going up, which is fine with me. But you don't want to do anything here. Gotta wait. Got to wait. All right, EU. It's been a minute since they traded EU because GU has been so much better lately. So EU was super clean on Thursday, and EU was super clean right here. Very, very simple. You guys can see it, I hope. It's just simple, you know, take out structure, boom, bounce off of this supply, but reversed, came back into here. If that's not clean enough, because like I wouldn't have gotten in here probably because I would try to get in here, but what happens next is super clean, right? We got order flow coming up, coming up, coming up, coming up, finally break structure. And what happens? This is so easy. You got an unmitigated extreme order block from which we fly and break the structure. And we have an inducement right there. Again, what do people do? Always, they especially new smart money people, they'll try to buy here. Why? Because this led to the break of this so-called structure, which isn't structure, right? Just a little order flow here. But they will try to buy here. And again, if there's no retracements here anywhere, so this is the liquidity inducement, especially since there is an order block, a clean one right underneath. Right? So we got a very clean entry here. So Friday, perfect trade on EU. And what do we got here now? Well, got a bunch of liquidity again. Bunch of liquidity. I don't know what the fuck is going on. We're gonna keep going. That's fine. We're not gonna keep going. That's fine. And you know, there's no trade right now. But what's the awesome trade that could happen? Well, could be here. Could be here, or it could be that it's gonna take this out and come lower into an unmitigated area right here. Right, taking everything out that was last week. So comes here, you'd need a shift on 1 minute. Comes here, you can put a buy limit. Right? That makes sense. This already played out completely in half. So now this is the last extreme. That is not extreme because we already bounced from here, from this exchange twice. Right? So now the exchange can be taken out into extreme and go. There's no point. If market comes lower, it's just gonna come and take everything out. So this follows the model. Follows the model. Break and retest, take out the retest and go. Right? Break and retest, take out the retest and go. Inducement, boom, boom, boom. So again, that's if I am buying, and I'm buying this week still for the majors, I want to see it come here, take out all this, come here, boom. Okay. Now, if we go to higher time frame,
Don't be afraid to take both trades if you're not sure, because the biggest thing is second guessing yourself. I think we talked a little bit about that last week, but make sure though, if you're going to take the first one, make sure you keep a stop loss. Don't take that drawdown all the way down to the second position. because then you're just spending a bunch of pips that you don't need to.
On a larger time frame, if this is indeed like, because daily obviously we took out everything known to man, and then basically got stopped and created this new liquidity zone at the extreme on like monthly. So after that happened, now we're coming into, you see where we are right now? We are at a possible reversal on daily, because this is where this last structure was broken. So did we come there? I don't think we hit quite high enough yet. I think the bulk of manipulation is actually a little bit higher. Yeah, I would like for us to come into here. Mitigate and break it, right? Maybe. So, but it's possible that we're already at the bottom here. So yeah, we didn't hit this one. So I kind of don't think we're there yet. I think we're gonna need a couple more pushes this week. But if I'm wrong, you know, and it takes out, it will need to take out this low for it to be continued bearish. So if you look at a higher time frame, this is my view again. I can see what we did here again, where I can retest, and we rushed up, made it even higher high. There is no retracement here. There's no liquidity sitting. So this wick here is the liquidity, right? And then we have, just like on the smaller time frame that I showed you on Friday, over here, we have the same scenario on a higher time frame, 4 hours. We have an extreme order block from which the order flow was broken. And we have a liquidity that everybody will see, because everybody sees this. Everybody will be like, hey, this is my support resistance. Boom, 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 boom. That is my support. Where's my stop loss? Right here. So that's going to get taken out into this area that's invisible for retail trader. That's where the move started. That is the ultimate buy. Yeah. Because we got a stop loss, right? Or I mean, stops right before it, which is why I'm not trying for anything lower, because this came for lower than 50%, took out some liquidity, then broke the structure, created liquidity, and just went up, never taking it out. So if it is the time to reverse and it gets through all these, I'm going to be looking for a sell until we hit this. This is the macro view. And from here, if this holds the way I'm telling the story here, my story stays straight and it comes all the way down there, you know, that would be the very least of the trade. So, I mean, you can refine it the way you want to and make it, you know, as profitable as this, but that's the EU. So the first thing to see, where am I at? Oh yeah, at 15 minutes, I'm gonna be looking for this, right? If this gets broken, I might be looking for that. If that gets broken, I'm not looking for buys anymore. Until it gets here, I'll be looking for sells. Because again, order flow, we know that this is what broke that and created this structure, correct? And then we just created more bullshit here. But technically it was this, then mitigated to that broke this high. So this is the order flow right now. This is the point that led to whatever the high is here. We might be still keep going. So, but we never mitigated this from where that started. This is mitigated here, this is mitigated here, and then that is never mitigated. And we just did this, which is why that one doesn't work, that one doesn't work, then all the way here. If this one fails, now I'm looking for sells because all of that becomes liquidity. Okay. That's EU. Not looking for sells, looking for a buy here.
And that's part of understanding order flow shift too, because it just keep asking yourself, has that area been mitigated yet? And if it hasn't, sometimes it's either a beautiful target. If you're up high enough, yeah, there could be a sell to a buy. But just kind of look, if it hasn't, if it's already been mitigated, know that just because we haven't hit the low yet, it's gonna hit the low if it takes that area, because there's nothing more for it to, there's no more liquidity. They're gonna have to create it. So they're gonna have to go lower.
This one, AJ, is interesting to me. I am not sure about this thingy. It's not clean, fuck it, right? But the reason I'm not sure, I really hate this low. I hate this low because what the hell did we react from? And it's to me, I call this fake demand, because there is no demand here. So that's a fake demand created by institutions, which is why I consider it. And right now, at this point, it's still a weak low unless it breaks this high. Now this Quasimodo level I like, because we just took out this liquidity. We're coming into this here area, but there is not much liquidity here. So that marks this as liquidity to me. So this top area, 93.5, is really where I would like the market to come to, 93.5, and then get a reversal on like 15 minutes, because this is 4-hour POI. So if we can get a reversal in 15 minutes in here, you know, this would be the first target, and then the second target would be here. Okay, so that's AJ. I really like AJ way more than AU right now. But again, I'm still bullish, but I feel like there's a very good chance for reversal here for several reasons. This was super heavily manipulated area because we took out this order block that created the high, then mitigated from it from the other side. But this demand held and we broke structure, and then now people started buying, and it again broke to the downside without mitigating. So you had people trying to buy out of here, hoping for a higher high. That didn't happen. So this is a very sensitive area, and now we got to clear liquidity here right now. So I'd be very interested to see what happens in here. I hope this happens, but you never know. It also can happen that they will take this high out into a higher area, and then we can see a reversal a little higher. I'm not putting any sell limits. I want to see price action and a confirmation on a smaller time frame, aka 15 minutes. Right? Again, looking at this right now, if this was the morning when I trade, this was the fake move to the downside to make the upside. So what happens? Most people will start putting buys over here because the structure broken, right? But what happens is they don't realize that, where are we at? Look how fucking high we are. So you're trying to buy at the very high, just hoping to stay with the structure. You can. But I would rather wait to see it confirmed. And if it's not, I'm waiting for this low to get broken, because it makes this AMD mitigation. Right? This makes this sweep of liquidity, break off the manipulation structure, and then I will just see where is the order block that broke it. Yeah, it didn't, just like with gold and GU that I showed you. I'm gonna react to price action. However, right now is not the time that I trade. So I'm not tripping, I don't care. I'm just showing you how to react to the market conditions and change your bias and not be like, okay, well, they said on Furious Monday to put my trade here and it didn't work out. Like it left without me. Number one, most of the time market comes back and doesn't leave without you. Number two, just watch. So right now, what we had is first reaction from supply that I marked out here, and we have wick to wick, right? So to me, first reaction is usually the one always gets taken. So to me, this is the creation of a real range where they're going to be coming in and shaking people out, especially during this time. So I would expect most likely 2 more pushes up before coming down. If I'm wrong and it breaks this, fine, we'll react. Okay. Cool. GJ, pretty much same story. It's like an identical goddamn thing to what AJ, look at that. Now GJ has lovely liquidity over here. So this is my first sell area. This is my second sell area. But I don't, yeah, so like this. Once again, no liquidity means this is liquidity. So that would be the extreme. So instead of trying to look for reversal and hope, try to enter a buy right now. Unless there is a broken order flow. Again, I don't see a nice buy here until something over here. Yeah. Maybe lower in this area. I don't see anywhere where it's safe to enter that I like. This is the bottom liquidity. That's a giant top liquidity. So again, we'll gotta see what London gives us. If we come here, I doubt we'll come here. If we come here, maybe we can get in the sell. But an awesome sells would be in this area, especially since this was the supply where we tapped in and we got all of this liquidity right before it. So take the liquidity out, come into supply. It might come here, give a nice balanced trade and then come higher, or it might sell off, which is what I prefer, because again, what the hell? This is just more liquidity zone. We didn't do anything. Why are we bouncing like this? There is some demand here, but the smart money got in way lower somewhere here. This would be my area for a buy for real. But right now, on a smaller time frame, like this would be where I try to get into a buy. Because again, we have bounced from here, from this order block. The order flow is still bullish, breaking stuff. So we broke. We can, if we want to keep going on a buy until we get there, try to get it underneath liquidity at the bottom. All right. NASDAQ. What happened with NASDAQ? Oh yeah, I regretted this very much. Where are we? This is not correct. Where is what? For some reason, it's sessions here not correct. This is all wrong. Okay. Timings are wrong. I don't know why it messes up on this Pepperstone. So this is still, was it last week? There we go, this is correct. Oh yeah, I remember. So again, this was not a super clean thing, but higher time frame here. Just right into this order block on Tuesday. Why was this an amazing opportunity to enter? We got liquidity here that got grabbed. But the problem was for me, we did not break structure. So it was a very dangerous move. I'm sure same thing as GU happened here. As clean demand to demand to demand, but again, no break of structure is tough. And then it didn't come lower, so wasn't very clean. I didn't play NASDAQ. So I'm just looking now. So there was a good trade here on the 25th on Wednesday. We got, you know, boom, boom, boom. If you just follow order flow, it makes sense. Market open, manipulation, but again, timing. Timing is bad. None of it was clean for NASDAQ for me. None of it. High time frame though makes sense. This is not my chart. It's my chart from like 6 years ago. All right. Yeah, so I think we are on recovery for indices as well. Again, we got exchange extreme from higher time frame standpoint. If you look at the daily, where are we? So we just tipped past this liquidity. To me, this is kind of weird because we didn't really come to the demand. We just barely tipped through this. So I feel like we're not done moving down yet. We did break the order flow. We did break the order flow. I'm gonna do this. So this high makes this low. We did break this order flow. So it could come into here. It's 12,000 again, 12,000 level. Gotta be careful, but it could come to 12,000 level because we just broke the order flow from where? From here. So when it comes in here, this is daily, right? So you can go to 1 hour and see, takes this out for a little spring going. Or first mark is here. So if it comes here and gives you a reversal, then it's perfect. And again, it could do something on a smaller time frame where it would take this out. And this is where trust in your system goes in. Like, I have no problem doing this. Takes out the obvious liquidity because people will be buying from here, putting stop loss underneath there. So I have no problem doing something like this. Why? Because it's an amazing risk to reward ratio. You know, what is that? 1 to 18, right? And it's NASDAQ, you know. So we will find out very fast if it works out or not. In the range underneath the obvious liquidity. But it could also backfire and come lower. But we'll see. But like I said, if you don't try stuff, you're never gonna be a successful trader. Sometimes you gotta try stuff. Obviously, I'm not putting buy limit. It gives me what I want on 5 minutes or 1 minute. This is a look how it looks from a higher time frame too. It's like a perfect trap to take out before coming up. But it could come here. Could come here. To this 12,000. So I might try it. We'll see. I don't trade NASDAQ until market opens. Market opens, then I'll see what it does. Typically, first move is usually grab of liquidity. Typically, sometimes this does choppy shit. UJ. Oh, snap. Anybody see that? That's a big move up. Makes sense because where's liquidity? Right, all of that is liquidity. We're looking at liquidity's gotten taken out. It's gonna see here. Again, this is very dangerous to just put sell limit there because I don't see any liquidity directly here. So most likely what it's gonna do is gonna create some liquidity here, then do one more push, take out this high into extreme. So opposite what we saw, come to this supply, 129 even, 129.10 somewhere. Do this little reversal and drop all the way here. I'm super bearish on UJ. So we have a necessary move right now in Asia or Japan. You know, all of a sudden USD showing strength. And Japanese yen is, you guys know that UJ is the second most traded pair in the world after EU. So, second most traded pair is UJ. Okay, so I don't like this. I'm going to get rid of it. So, this I like a lot. Especially if we do some kind of, this is 1 hour, so like 5 minutes reversal. Seems pretty good. 30 is a little way too much of stop loss, so that's what I'm saying. It needs to be scaled in. Maybe like this. 20 is still too much for me, but that's why you go to 5 minutes when it gets there and see what you need to see on 5 minutes. I'll have that area marked up, but then 5 minutes might give you more insight when it reverses, and maybe it's just something like that. Okay. I really like UJ. It's going, this is moving up. Moving up to GU and gold for tomorrow. Also, I like this because this is where the move started. This is where we just had sell off brutally, and then we never mitigated this supply and just dropped through everything. So now everybody's trying to sell from here, and I'll sell a little higher. So I really like this setup, by the way. 129 even is pretty cool. So see, that's my UJ. We already discussed AJ. Any other pairs, guys? Do you want crypto? Do you want some, yeah, stocks? Whatever, guys. Have any charts prepared? Any topic you got questions on? Anything? Yep, got the chart. BTC, he said. BTC is looking very interesting. It's just sucking in buyers. It has to. I mean, it's gonna need to suck in some buyers and get all the keyboard warriors online say that, hey, they're experts because they bought Bitcoin just now. I don't think we're ready for a full-blown push. I think we're gonna need to suck some people in, maybe come here and 38 and then just die. First, we're gonna take out all this liquidity. So, oh, we're close. Let me go to daily. Yeah, so here's that manipulation at the 39.40 level that led to breakup structures. But what led to the break of this? Was that little thingy. And then what led to the break of that was that. So first level, I would think of reversal is right here. This 35,000 level. We're still very, 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 very bearish on a daily. So we got this area and this area from which we're gonna sell right now. I think for this week, I think we're gonna have either choppy action up or come back to this trend line for people to just gain a little bit of confidence before they take it away. So they need to do their retail shit. Maybe it will actually work out from this trend line, if you will. And once they suck them in here or here, that's when they'll drop it a lot. And it won't be a drop pretty like this. That's how redistribution works. You create the range, you suck them in into their own direction, maybe do more accumulation, then come here and drop it really fast, like this fast. So that's just my big view. Okay. GA. Oh dear Lord. Why that's so hard to see, man? The hell? And these colors are hurting my eyes. I don't understand. Okay, what's going on? Okay, that's imbalance stuff. Gotta stop. All right, what we got? What we got? You're saying that we're gonna come here. All right. Okay. Okay. I can see that. Which chart on 4 hour? I'm okay with that, probably. Let me see. Looking at shorts at high probability move. Yeah, so I'm not sure about that. I hear you. And there is a... See, this kind of looks like a wick to wick to me. So that imbalance is fully filled. There is imbalance and order block over here on 4 hour. But the problem is the structure right now. So let's look what happened, right? Let's separate it, right? So we got this giant, ridiculous sweep. Okay, we got the sweep. Then we bounce of supply, do nothing, and make a higher high, breaking the order flow. We create liquidity, and this inducement. So my favorite pattern, which is, break, retest, higher high, take out, retest. In the demand, it held. But then we failed to break the high again. And we're just doing this. So my problem with everything, because of this giant takeover and the mitigation deep, right? We pretty much went into, right, failed high makes you bearish. But wait, so this held, right? This went to the extreme. This held, it did not break the high, you're right. So we're still certainly bearish. But why are we building this? Why can't we just die? So if we took out the high, the order flow becomes bullish, but we're still bearish because look at this, right? Is this a 50%? No. So let's see. Here we got the move, the whole move, all right? This is the whole move down. So when we were at this place, is that a valid retracement? No, this is redistribution. It's not 50%. We haven't had a retracement yet at all. This held, and now we're doing this. So in my opinion, we're gonna come to this gap. Okay, which is where a big level of liquidity was taken. And if you notice, the end of this gap is where this liquidity is taken. I believe we're gonna drop it in the next few hours, maybe London. Then we'll do something of this sort. And it will start coming up. I do not recommend you selling here for two reasons. Reason number one is this is inside the range. Reason number two, there's no liquidity here. The only liquidity is all of this, all of these equal highs. So you're trying to sell in here. Trying to sell in here with obvious stop loss at everybody else's in the world resistance. And number three, this wick here, you see that? Wick to wick, that's mitigated. That's done. So I don't like this sell at all. I wouldn't buy here. I would buy over here. But that's my opinion. You know, you always trust your analysis above mine, above everybody else's. Nobody, have conviction, believe what you want. But to me, it looks like everybody's right now going here, going here. I don't see many people putting stop loss over here right now. That's way too low. Right? I see this, and here I see this liquidity was grabbed here, right? And this part was never mitigated yet, except for that. Right? We broke through this. We're creating a range. There is a gap. There's an unmitigated order block here. We're at liquidity point. People are praying right now. It's not going to take their money from this wick. It's kind of bouncing. Maybe it'll give a little reaction. But yeah, I don't see this being a sell right now, buddy. I see this come in here in a choppy manner, could make a quick move up to this gap here. But this would be my stop loss if I wanted to do anything here. Just this small area here. If it doesn't right now, come back here. But this sell would be only to buy here. Because from the order flow, I know we need to come back to at least 50%, more likely 75 to be able to move, because this is, by the way, where on a higher time frame even we went down through this. So yeah, that's my analysis for you. If it moves up right now, there could be a small sell here into this area, but overall, I'm going to be bullish on this. Failed high is not everything. I understand it's a failed high, but like I said, liquidity more important than structure. Liquidity is more important than structure. And to me, this is noise. This is noise. This is accumulating orders to do what, you know? Well, there you go. If you have a buy hedge, it's perfect. But just so you know, if it moves down here and doesn't move up right now into your area, so let's say it just moves down right now, and you get into this buy, hedging here is simply giving the money. You know, if you want to give market money, just give them to me. I'll give you my bank, my PayPal. You can just wire the money. I'm cool with that. That's what you're doing. Like if you buy here, I mean, I understand you're already in profit and you want to risk it, but like, where do you think the market's gonna go if you buy, if it just goes down here and the buy works out? Why would it stop here? It's like its favorite place. This is eating food here. So yeah, that's just here. And we got a lot of targets, man. We got like right here would be my trade. I really don't like this. If it goes up right now, it makes sense because, you know, there is just this, like no wick candle here with the exchange. Maybe I can look closer. What's going on there? Okay. Yeah, so there's this wick and that part above it. So if it goes up right now, you could have a sell out of here. But choppy as hell, wrong time for me. Anyway, any other questions? Any other pairs? Quiet today. Ryan, you okay there? Not coughing blood or anything?
No, I'm all good, man. I deal with my essential oils though.
Oh, yes. Speaking of oil, let's look at oil. I haven't looked at that in ages. How's oil doing?
Going up.
Yeah, I know. I freaking got a full tank of gas for like $75.
Got into a buy on Friday and I'm holding it.
Oh, nice. Good Lord. Now, this was pretty awesome here. Inducement again. Inducement, take out into the demand and go up, up, up. Yeah, I don't see shit but buys on this. Okay, not right now. Would be nice if we can get a buy out of here. Doubt it's gonna come that long, but who knows?
Yeah.
Actually, it might.
I got in
Hmm.
about where your line is on the bottom. Well, in the middle. Yes, in the middle, right on Friday.
Mm-hmm. No, right, I got you. So in this little exchange. So this is interesting.
Yeah.
Again, no liquidity. I don't like this. I like that. So it'd be nice. It can go 110 even, just fucking buy it at 110. Go. Possible. Get a monitor. So if I'm buying, this is where I'd buy it from 111 or 110. Two areas. I'm not selling either. Unless that's your pair. Like you guys, if you trade one pair, which is nothing wrong with that, you can annihilate the market with one pair. And you spot a very clean order flow shift, then why not sell it to buy? But just, you know, counter trend, obviously more risk, and got to know where your targets are. But I can see waiting in here can pay off. Cool. Yeah, that's all I got, boys and girls. Hey, look, Ryan, Ohm is 20 bucks.
What's that?
Ohm
Oh, yeah.
2050.
There we go.
Yeah, exactly, Shakir. Bullish spot. That's what it is. Yeah, like I don't see gold stopping anytime soon. Unless war is over tomorrow. Even then, I don't see it. Okay. All right, guys, it was a pleasure. Thank you all for attending. Don't forget our links. Don't forget YouTube. Yeah, I'll see you next Monday. Have an amazing week, my snipers. We'll see you tomorrow, bright and early, around 7:30 EST. So take care, boys and girls.
Okay, everybody. Tip your bartenders.
Thanks. Bye.